and its personal effect that it may have on certain board members. Although I empathize with the concerns of my fellow board members and am inclined to want to be accommodating, I can't in good conscience do so at the expense of what I view as the public's best interest. The intention of an ethics code is to protect the public, not those who will be subject to it, and certainly not those who are charged with crafting it. If over time each town board member were to take exception to a section of an ethics code and either have it watered down or removed outright in order to accommodate his or her personal circumstances, the public would end up being woefully unprotected. An argument has been made that certain provisions are not mandated for inclusion in the amended code, and that some other municipalities have not adopted such provisions, namely financial disclosure. My response is that mediocrity is not the standard that we, as a board, should be setting in screening. And that the notion of justifying mediocrity simply by pointing to its acceptance by other municipalities is to lower ourselves in the process. The strength of an ethics code lies in its ability to challenge the transparency of the conduct and activities of those who are subject to its provisions. East Greenbush residents deserve nothing less than the strongest commitment by its town board members in supporting the most meaningful and effective ethics code. Regardless of my stance on an amended ethics code and what version, if any, may ultimately be adopted by this board, I do believe that the ethics board's version deserves, at the very least, an open vetting by the public, if for no other reason, only to recognize the hard work and dedication of its members in achieving consensus. My hope would be that the public's input at a hearing on the ethics board's version will provide the town board with information that they have yet to consider. The irony is that tonight's proposed public hearing resolution requires that each of us render an ethical decision. Toward that end, I would urge each of my colleagues to take a moment and listen to the ethical voice inside of you. If you do, you may find it's calling out to you. Thank you for your indulgence.
Okay, we'll still look at other topics with other schools. Great.
I'd like to say something on proposal that's in front of us this evening. What we're voting on tonight is just to have a public hearing. First of all, I'm not in any, I just have a couple of scratches here. I didn't prepare anything necessarily, but I wanted to thank the ethics board that we appointed for the hard work that they have put into this. I believe that in their hearts they have produced a product that they're comfortable with. They've done a lot of research. I respect that. I respect the thoroughness. And I also think that the town board really behaved very appropriately during this whole process, because we never met with the ethics board in terms of saying, this is what we would like to see, this is what we don't want to see. We gave them free rein to create a product that we could all be comfortable with. Well, as other people have suggested tonight, we did get that product or interagency memo back in summer, last summer, and we did meet on it. And at that time, we did express, and I was one, I'll just talk for myself, I expressed some concerns that I had with the draft or the product that